actions in Imo, Anambra communities. Trump aides claims Mark Meadows was burning so many documents his wife complained of bonfire smell. Now, Anambra cleric Lord Soludo on free education. The sectional head of the Assemblies of God Nkwere Ogidi section took time to pray for Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo over his decision to grant free and compulsory education from nursery to JSS. The clergyman who also lamented the effect of subsidy removal on Nigerians also asked the governor to also see to the increment of salaries of civil servants, most especially the teachers who go through a lot of ordeal to teach the populace. On Thursday, both Anambra and Kogi State government announced a free education respectively. Soludo, who made the declaration at Premier Primary School, Obosinia Onisha, said the gesture was aimed at actualizing his vision of an all-inclusive education for school children in Anambra State. A statement on Thursday by the information officer in the Anambra State Ministry of Education, Obiakeri Nwankwo, quoted Soludo to have declared that education from early childhood care and development education to junior secondary schools would henceforth be free and compulsory in the state. Reverend Fred Uchenno prayed for smooth implementation. Here is a report.
Since the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29, 2023, the effect continues to bite harder on Nigerians as Anambra cleric laments and paints the picture of how tough things have become.
Personally, I am not happy because it's affecting every area. Because people that are, doing business because of the fuel price today. They are not really making it, and the workers, no increasement of salary. They are managing their salary, and by the time they enter into vehicle, the vehicle people are putting money. And when you found out that in the end of everything, people really cry. Here things are not really working well because of that.
Reverend Fred Uchenno, the senior pastor and sectional head of Assemblies of God, also applauded Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo on the free education he announced for nursery to JSS 3 in Anambra State.
We are praying, and we love our governor. We are praying for him every day. And also, personally, I am happy to hear that he's giving prayer. We are praying for him. Secondly, I will be happy to hear that he's paying the teachers and also increasing their salary, because I've known that the cost of things now is really not encouraging. You go to market and you see everything increasing, and these teachers that God is using to sharpen our children for better education are it look like they are neglected. So in some of these areas, I want him to really, work on that area so that everybody will feel comfortable. I'm praying for Nigeria because we seek to see God-fearing government. Because the problem we have in this nation is lack of God-fearing government, and it's our heart desire to see the God-fearing government. And I pray that the Lord will touch our leaders and give them a heart of fear of God, righteousness, so that they will always consider the people they are living. And I pray also that God, because the Bible said that the heart of the kings is in the hand of God, that God will touch their hearts and humble them to do the right thing. That's my honest prayer.
The man of God also debunked the rumored trouble in Assemblies of God as he points out that in November 2022, Abel Amadi was elected the General Superintendent of Assemblies of God, Nigeria.
We thank God because this is a church that's founded by the Holy Spirit. No man is the founder. And we haven't seen the structure of Assemblies of God. Assemblies of God is a denomination that rely in the Bible And that is why if anybody compromise, if you are number one and you go against what the Bible said, they will remove you and put another person. So we thank God that some years ago we had some problem, but the God himself who won the church, who won Assemblies of God, have settled that issue. And now we have a new leader, which is Dr. Ebel. Is the one leading Assemblies of God Nigeria.
From Assemblies of God, Umpolo Gidi Martin Ifeanyi AKC reporting.
In other news, Enugu government sets performance benchmark for appointees, says $30 billion GDP achievable. The Enugu State Governor, Dr. Peter Mba, on Sunday told his political appointees that they would be assessed by the performance benchmark set for all the ministries, departments, and agencies. Mba stated this at the closing remarks at a 3-day executive leadership retreat held for senior political appointees at the Nike Lake Resort in Enugu, which started on Friday, reminding them that his administration was in a hurry to deliver on its campaign promises. He said strategic leadership for disruptive innovation and sustainable development, which brought together leadership, development, financial, climate, public sector, strategy, and innovation experts such as Professor Joseph Orama of African Development Bank, Professor Chukwumerije Okereke, Doctors Ibukun Awosika, Linus Okolie, Joe Abba, and Sam Onya, was aimed at raising the state's economy from $4.4 billion to $30 billion. He explained that the objective was achievable if the political appointees applied the knowledge gained at the retreat to disrupt the status quo, which was no longer acceptable. On the importance of the retreat, the secretary to the state government, Professor Chidiebere Onya, said the retreat was put together to digest Governor Peter Mba's vision and map out strategies for achieving it across the ministries, departments, and agencies. Soludo unveils plans for vulnerable, vows to break poverty in Anambra. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo on Sunday, September 24th, reiterated his administration's commitment to providing basic amenities in health, education, and other sectors, mostly because of the poor in the society. The governor stated this during Mass to celebrate Nigeria's 63rd independence celebration at St. Patrick Cathedral, Oka. He appreciated God for the country's blessings despite challenges, just as he unveiled his plans to better the lives of the poor residents of the state. According to the governor, children of the poor should have some same opportunities as those of the rich, adding that they should be offered opportunity to take their rightful place in the society. He said the children of the poor cannot attend the schools built by the church, but we are determined in Anambra for it to be a livable and compassionate society, and we are going to break the dynasty of poverty in the state. Next week, we have a special package and some kind of grants to encourage mission schools, but we are deliberately focused on the government's primary responsibility of giving children of the poor in public schools the best quality education. Earlier in a homily, the presiding priest, the Reverend Father Charles Ndubisi, described Nigeria as sick and broken by corruption and in dire need of healing. He, however, expressed hope that one day the country will get it right and will take its place of the pride as a giant in Africa. IPOB condemns military actions in Imo, Anambra communities, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and the Southeast chapter of the Labour Party have condemned the reported killings in Imo and Anambra State, respectively. IPOB, in a statement yesterday by Media and Publicity Secretary Ima Powerful, frowned at what he described as reprisal by the military against unarmed civilians and communities anytime gunmen attack, describing the act as not only unprofessional but a display of cowardice and brutality. The statement raised the attention of the global family and the movement of the indigenous people of Biafra has been drawn to the ongoing attacks by the military on the Ehime, Mbano, and Orumba communities in Imo and Anambra states, respectively, in retaliation to the attack and murder of their colleagues within the villages. We condemn the cowardice reprisal attacks by the Nigerian military on innocent people and demand a stop to military and police hostility against the affected communities. Now we move. Trump aide claims Mark Meadows was burning so many documents his wife complained of bonfire smell. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows was burning so many documents at the end of the Trump presidency that his wife complained about the dry cleaning bill caused by the bonfire smell from his clothes, according to a former aide, Cassidy Hutchinson, whose memo on her time in the Trump administration comes this week, told New York Times the staff were using so-called bomb bags to dispose of unneeded documents and other letters that had accumulated as part of White House business. But according to Ms. Hutchinson, Mr. Meadows feared the bomb bags could be intercepted by his enemies before they were destroyed, so opted to toss documents into a fireplace. She also told the committee that a number of prominent Republicans sought presidential pardons in the wake of the January 6th attack, including Mr. Meadows and Mr. Giuliani. In her interview with Times, Ms. Hutchinson also alleged that Rudy Giuliani, Mr. Trump's lawyer, grouped her under her skirt on January 6th. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Anambra cleric Lords Soludo on free education. Enugu governor sets performance benchmarks for appointees, says $30 billion GDP achievable. Soludo unveils plans for vulnerable, vows to break poverty in Anambra. IPOB condemns military actions in Imo, Anambra communities. Trump aide claims Mark Meadows was burning so many documents his wife complained of bonfire smell. You just listened to News Update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It's Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifeanyi aka Meta.
And Christy, aka Emenari, aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
On the morning drive. 103.5
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, right? Thank you.